since we're talking about quarterbacks and where they should go, what do y'all think is the best fit for Deshaun Watson?
I personally think the best fit would have to be the Dolphins, but realistically, I don't necessarily think he's going to stay in the AFC. I think if the Texans do trade him, he'd have to go to an NFC team because they don't want to see him in a regular season. For Miami, like the only thing that they really do need is a quarterback. The only way or the only reason why you wouldn't trade for Deshaun Watson is because you need to fortify the offensive line. All those picks that you do have right now, that'll go miles ahead just to develop, what's his name? I forgot it. Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I mean, recently I had somebody tell me that Baker Mayfield is better than Deshaun Watson, and I honestly didn't know what to say. I was speechless. I was shocked. But in all seriousness, I do agree. I think the Dolphins will be a great situation for him because they have everything that you need. They have a good defense. They have the receivers. They have a good coach. And I know one thing that he wanted was a lot of minority as far as like who's making the decisions as far as coaching, GM, and I believe that the Dolphins have that. I was going to say Indianapolis, but they made their move with Carson Wentz. We'll get into that.
We'll get into that. I feel like, and it's funny you bring up Baker Mayfield, I feel like the best fit for him would be Cleveland, but they don't have enough capital or assets to get Deshaun Watson. But I feel like if Cleveland had a quarterback like Deshaun Watson instead of Baker Mayfield, the things that Deshaun Watson is doing in Houston without weapons, I feel like that man top 2. All right. See, you give that man weapons, and I hope he goes to a team with weapons, and he doesn't go from a situation where he doesn't have anything to just another situation that they gave up everything they had just to get him. So he's in the same situation.
Mm-hmm. The thing about Cleveland is, like, you feel me? We discuss teams like Miami or the Jets when we talk about where Watson will probably go realistically, but that's because they got a lot of draft picks. With Cleveland, they're not strapped with draft picks like that anymore, so they're gonna have to give up some talent. Maybe Myles Garrett, maybe Baker Mayfield, and another secondary player, a whole bunch of stuff like that. So the team that Watson will be going to probably won't be as talented as we do see it right now.
Yeah, that's true. Because as you see, Carolina, I don't know what's going on in the state of Carolina. They're willing to give up 3 first-round picks and Christian McCaffrey for Deshaun Watson.
As they should.
And don't get me wrong, as a 25-year-old, he's a top 5. He's a top 5 quarterback in this league. We haven't even seen his prime. Like, let's be honest, we haven't seen his peak. That's not a lot to ask for a quarterback, which is, as everybody says, the most important position in all of sports. But here's a sleeper team, the Chicago Bears. I think the Chicago Bears would be a great fit for Deshaun Watson if they can retain Allen Robinson.
I think so too. I think the Bears, you feel me, they set themselves back a long way by just they just stay committed to Mitch Trubisky. And I think they might actually still commit to Mitch Trubisky right now because the last couple of games that Mitch played, like, he was elite. You feel me? He always does this. He always has those 1 or 2 games, 4 TDs, 0 interceptions, 300 passing yards, 400 passing yards. We have absolutely no idea. And then he just regresses back to, I don't know, 10 for 25, 100 yards, 0 TDs, 3 picks. Like, come on.
So if we're going to move forward with this program, we need to make sure we're very careful with the word elite. All right? I understand he had some pretty good games. We're not just going to throw out elite for Mitchell Trubisky. Nah.
I mean, just a couple of games. And then they got a whole bunch of people, the Bears stands. They like, oh, we love Mitch Trubisky. They like Mitch Trubisky a lot. I don't know why. This is the same problem with Tampa Bay and Jameis Winston. They like Jameis Winston. I don't know why. But you feel me? The fans get to him.
I also think that Chicago, it might be a long run, but they had their chance to get Deshaun Watson. They traded up to get Mitchell Trubisky in the same draft.
And my homeboy.
So it will be a great fit, but I think that you had your chance, you blew it, so it just wasn't meant to be. You can try to correct your mistakes, but at the end of the day, like Rob said, it's all about who has the draft capital, who has the best package to really offer. But let's not also forget, he has a no trade clause in his contract. So it's all about where Deshaun wants to go as well. And Miami is looking like a really good, viable location.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like with Tua, if they give up Tua in the trade, then they wouldn't have to give up too many draft picks. Like with the Jets, they would have to if they give up Sam Darnold, but I don't even know if they would want Sam Darnold. They would have to give up Sam Darnold and a lot more. I feel like if you're giving up Tua, you can give up less, so you can keep more assets.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just seen Carson Wentz go away for a 3rd-round pick, but I did see the LA give up the farm for Matthew Stafford. So it's a very weird league, but as far as evaluating value goes, because I believe in Sam Darnold. A lot of people, half the Jets fans will tell you that maybe we should keep him. Maybe we shouldn't give up on him. And then the others will tell you to just trade him.